What's up, YouTube? So in this video, I want to give you a quick update on what happened to my TradeDay accounts. So if you've been following me, I showed you my journey with TradeDay. This is an OG firm. It's really reliable as of what I can see. They have been around for a few years now, but recently they have gotten more attention just because they have increased from one funded accounts to three funded account and one live, but altogether you can have six accounts with evals. So that's a nice change that they just did, I believe, just last month. So they are getting more attention. But with my experience with them is they have good customer support and they pay out really fast. Even some of the other firms like Take Profit take over a day to get your payouts. So with TradeDay, I feel they're much faster. They have better customer support as well. So let's get into this video and talk about what happened. So as you know, I had three funded accounts with TradeDay. Yesterday, I started off decently. I had 500 on two of my TradeDay accounts. One was being approved to get to the next milestone, but I put 500 on those accounts. I kept trading. I knew I shouldn't. I should have been content and waited and trade after NFP, which I didn't. So I went ahead and blew those two accounts, which is fine. We'll look at the numbers later. But on my last account, after I got approved for the next milestone, as you can see, this is the email that I got after they reviewed my trades, my account. I can now trade up to 15K. So with that being said, let's head over to my dashboard, right? So what happened was I blew two of my funded accounts. I still have one funded over here, as you can see. And then I went ahead and bought three more evals. Unfortunately, the last one I picked intraday by accident. I normally like to do end of day, but with these end of day or with these eval, I should say, I made 2,600, close to 2,700 on these accounts, which is the consistency rule on these daily profits that I can make with these evals. So I need to make 9,000 to pass these accounts with 30% consistency rule. All right, so this is just day one. I need to trade, I believe, 7 days, and then I can get funded again. So this time I do have three, so let's see if I can pass them. Now on my funded account here, I did put in another $5,000, so I can go ahead and withdraw this profit. So it's not all bad, right? I blew two accounts, but I banked on one account for $5,000, but I can only withdraw a certain amount because I need to email them to get to the next milestone. So let's go ahead and request withdraw here together. So my buffer is 4,000 over here, right? So if I do want to withdraw through buffer, is basically 50-50, but if I just want to withdraw the profit over the buffer is 80-20. So let's say if I do 5,000 here, right? If I do 5,000 here, this $500 will get voided, unfortunately. Now, after I request, I need to email TradeDay to see if I can get to the next milestone, which is 20,000. And by that time, they will move me to a live account, is what they said in the FAQ. All right, so let's go ahead and withdraw this $5,000 right now and then proceed. I understand, and then I am going to submit. So after submitting this, what I'm going to do is I am going to email their risk team to see if I can go to the next milestone. All right. So like I said, I blew two accounts and I banked on one, which is not too bad. Now let's look at the numbers and break it down. So with TradeDay, right? There's a link in my description, by the way, if you want to check it out. With TradeDay, I bought three accounts, which is $225 as of now with 40% off, no activation fee. So 3 accounts, that is $675. This is my cost. But if you look at this payouts that I got within 8 days, right? So first day, or should I say first payout 800, second payout 1,100, third payout 1,200, and then 800, 800, 1,600, 1,500, 1,600. So that makes out to be 9,095. That's around 1,300% return. Now, if you ask me, that's not too bad, right? A week of work, maybe a couple hours a day of trading for $1,300 return. Plus the $4,000 I just withdrew. So that makes it out to be 13,500, 13,600. And that is 1,900% in return in just a little over a week, right? So if you work out the numbers and look at what you have done at the end of the day, end of the month, it doesn't feel as bad. But if you just look at all the accounts that has been blown, not looking at the progress and the profit, then it's gonna feel pretty shitty. So if I zoom out and look at my numbers, it's not too bad, right? So 13,005, that is pretty decent. Now, what I've gone and done is, yes, I blew 2 accounts, but now I picked up 3 more accounts with TradeDay. So basically 225 times 3, that's my new cost. But one of my accounts is intraday. It's a little bit cheaper, I believe is 190. So it's a little cheaper on these intraday accounts. But to keep it simple, right, I took my profit, reinvested in 3 more accounts, which I can get funded again, and I went over to funding ticks and picked up 3 more accounts straight to funded. So these are funded accounts, 100K, and their cost is a little bit more with the discount right now. It's close to $340. If you times it by 3, that's 1,168. So those are my new costs, basically reinvesting into your business essentially, right? Now, with funding ticks, first day, you can take a look. I have 3 accounts, copy trade. I made 1,500, close to 1,500 over here on the first day. I need 7 days, so I already did 1 day, so 6 days left, but their consistency rule is 25. So I cannot get above 1,500 over here. And this is also end of day trail, which is really nice. All right, so I have 3 accounts with them right now, and let's go ahead and take a look. Right, 3 accounts right here, and I will work towards getting a payout. So basically, after the 7 days that I've completed and my consistency rule is 25% or below, I can go ahead and request a payout right away. And that is Funding Ticks. It's another OG firm. Before it's called Funding Pips from Forex, but recently they moved to futures and it's called Funding Ticks, and they have been growing rapidly. All right, so that is just a quick update video on my TradeDay accounts. Now what I have to do is I need to go ahead and work through my evals, get them funded, and then get more payouts. And one of the good things about TradeDay is once you get above threshold, like I said in my videos, you can get daily payouts. So my strategy is I want the daily payouts and I want the bigger payouts with maybe every 7 days, every 5 days. So you have different prompt firms bringing you profit constantly. And this is what you want. You want to build an army of funded accounts and you want to build them slowly, right? I am a little bit more aggressive. I'm recently feeling unstoppable because my win rate, or I've been banking and this is not the right mindset. So this is a good reset for me, just to really sit down and reevaluate and look at the bigger picture, right? Like yesterday when I blew those 2 accounts, I could have stopped at 500 and then wait for a better setup. But I got impatient, feeling like, oh, I have $500 more of buffer and I'm invincible. But, you know, trading, they show you the truth, and you just have to be content and be patient and wait for your setup. All right. So this is just a quick one, and hope you enjoy it. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.